Good morning, ladies. Freedom Macro Society. It is Monday. It is to me, I know the first was like last week, midweek. However, today to me is like the official start to the new year with your health journey, with all the things that you are trying to accomplish. Today truly seems to be like, people last week, some of you guys are rocking and rolling. Y'all did not skip a beat, which is beautiful. And some of us last week was getting back on track, but it was just a little, right? Just a little. Like today should be like the fresh start, ready to rock and roll. If you are truly ready to rock and roll into 2026, with truly being the best year, then I want you to say best year in the comments, because you all have the potential to do that. You all have the ability. We all have the choices, right? We're all facing different things. And some things are incredibly hard, traumatic, all the things, right? However, you're stronger than the hardest things that you've walked through in your entire life. And you too can do this. Just like, so some of you see some of the other ladies in here and they're like, how do they do it? They do it because we don't know each other's full stories. I would love for us all to learn each other's stories and a little bit more about each other, but that is up to you guys to share if you're comfortable. I'd love for you to share in a post, or some of y'all want to give a shout out to Amy Baker. Amy Baker has been incredibly vulnerable in this group, and she's gone live and she shared from her heart. And I just want to give you our major kudos for that, Amy, because I will put if you agree in the comments. It's not easy to be vulnerable. It's not easy to share out loud when you're struggling. It's not easy to share out loud whenever you're not following through and doing the things you said you're going to do. However, it is so incredibly powerful, and it's healing, and it's also very rewarding to see that that you're supported and you're not judged. And that's what the whole Freedom Macro Society is all about. Yes, I'm here to teach you food freedom. Yes, I'm here to teach you how to break free from the dieting culture that we're all stuck in. And right now it is running rampant like crazy. It is all over the place, the quick fixes, all the things. I'm a big believer in tools. Everybody in here is on a different tool. Some of us take specific supplements. Some of us are on medication. And I love helping everybody that's on, it doesn't matter what it is. I've got outlets to help people with the medications. I've got outlets to help people with supplements. And that's growing more this year, FYI, because there's not a one size fits all. Just the same thing with your macros. I can't give everybody the same macro goals and expect everybody to get the same results. That's not going to happen. We all are uniquely and beautifully made by God himself and you guys. That is not even what I came on here to talk about today, but I got to put my glasses on because I can't read the comments. Y'all, 44 and my eyes are getting 10 times worse. Jennifer, so glad that you're here. Yeah, it's not easy to be vulnerable. So those of y'all that are opening up and sharing, like I applaud you, because that is how we heal. And I'll finish this thought with this, and I'm going to move on to what I came here today to talk about. Some of y'all are still in that cycle, or that habit, I should say, maybe it's a habit more than a cycle, of when things get hard, or maybe you fell off, and you tend to just go MIA and what's that word? Just go introvert and just go super silent and quiet, and we don't see you for weeks and months in here. And some of you go back, and then you create the shame in your own mind, thinking we're going to judge you, and then you never come back. I hope and pray that that's none of y'all in here. If you have a weak moment, if you are struggling, please know that, yes, I'm here for you. My inbox is always open, but I know the hearts of the ladies that are in this group, and they're all going to be here for you too. And so you will connect with each other. Some of y'all have already connected with each other and became great friends outside of the community. Excuse me. And if you haven't, you will. You just got to put yourself out there a little bit to get to know each other. So with that said, I have been reading through the form that a lot of y'all filled out for the goal setting and the why. And if you haven't yet, then do me a favor and just type the word form in the comments, FORM, because if you haven't seen it, I want to tag you in it, because I really want you to fill that out. And if you filled it out and you want Audrey, I think it was you that told me, like, I didn't get my results. I will send them to you. If you guys didn't get them, I thought I had it set up where it would send to you via email so that you had your own answers, but I don't know that it went that way. So good morning, Gina. Good morning, Magdalena, Audrey, Stacy. I love having you guys on this morning. Good morning, Kimberly. All right, so I'm going to talk today about some mindset shifts on getting back on track. A lot of us need this. Some of you guys are already on there, but the most important piece to the final title of this video is so that you don't spend the first few weeks on track and then by week 3 or 4 you fall off because you overwhelmed yourself and now you're already burnt out before February even got here, right? Because so many of you guys, this is how you start every year. This might even be how you start every month. This might even be how you start every freaking week. Stop it. If this is you, put the word stop it in the comments. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. Before I get into it, though, I want to announce 3 things really quick. I want you guys to get these announcements because if I don't do it now, I may forget, and I don't want to forget. Number 1, y'all, if y'all haven't seen it yet, I am going to start talking about all week. We've got a new challenge that's going to start next week. It's called our Drop Inflammation and Workout Challenge. Okay. And so what that is, it's a challenge that we did a few times last year and it was phenomenal. And it's going to be in this, if you're in this community, y'all all get to partake in it. Please don't pay extra. You don't have to. If you're a member or you're already coaching with me, which you wouldn't be in this group if you weren't, then you don't pay extra. You guys, that is a perk of being a member in here. Anything extra that I do outside of here, you don't pay extra for. But just heads up, you're going to see me talking about it a lot. Share it with your friends. Post about it if you want to. All the things, share it out loud because so many of us are dealing with bloat and inflammation. But that's going to start next week. And FYI, again, you guys all get to partake in it. If you are using the app, there's going to be a chat community in the app that you can be a part of if you want to, if you like those things, if you feel like that drives you and that motivates you, awesome. If you're not in the app, it's totally cool. I'm going to be posting it in here. There's going to be steps to do that include some of the things you're already doing. We're bringing out the inflammation tea. We're bringing out some things to really drop. I've literally, every time I run this program or similar program, it's 2 weeks long and anywhere from, I've seen a couple women lose all the way up to 10 to 11 pounds of bloat and inflammation in 2 weeks. Depends on your body. Okay. So bear with me for 1 second. I got to plug my computer in. I had to go down and plug my computer in. Okay. So just FYI, that is coming next week. I'll share more info in here, but you guys are also in my free group. So I want you guys, as y'all start seeing it, share, comment on it, do all the things, but you don't have to pay for it, just FYI. Okay, that's announcement number 1. And then the other 2 announcements was, hey, Shauna, how are you? So glad you're here. Hey, Christy. The other 2 are the winners. Kim, thank you for nudging me. We did the 12 days of fitness and I gave away the membership that was one of the prizes and I didn't ever share it out loud. So I apologize for that. So just so much chaos with the holidays, right? But with the 12 days of fitness, there was 2 winners. One, her name is Nicole Burmer. She's in here and she is quiet, but she is working freaking hard and and just all the things. Anyway, she was gifted the free membership. Okay, for 6 months here in the group. But the second prize was gear. And guys, that one goes to Kimberly Berry. Kimberly Berry, y'all give Kimberly some love. Because if you don't see Kimberly, then I don't know where you've been. And I don't only say that out loud because Kimberly is the most consistent in not just what I see in her app and her workouts, but she's also so incredibly consistent by showing up, by sharing, by posting, but you guys not just posting about our own journey. Kimberly, I don't know how much you realize your presence and your love inside the community, but also inside of our Voxer chat. Those of y'all that are in it, and if you're not and you want to be, put Voxer in the comments and I'll get you in it. She's such a breath of fresh air and really encourages other people so freaking much. And so you deserve it. You won. And I'm going to actually let you choose, Kimberly. The prize was gear. Okay. So you can get a new, a shirt, a hoodie, one of these cups that we have. You can look at the website and choose. Or you can also have a full-blown food log review macro audit from me personally. So I'll let you pick. Yeah, Rachel, I'll get you in the Voxer. I will, Kimberly, you get to pick whichever one. If you want a full-blown food log review for the entire month of December and going into January, I can do that as well if you'd rather have that over the gear. So whichever you prefer. All right, so let's get into the topic today. Again, I want to talk about mindset shifts for getting back on track without burning out. You guys, so many of you, if if you feel like you tend to self-sabotage yourself and you always take on too many things and you overwhelm yourself all the time and you recognize that within yourself, do me a huge favor and write the word overwhelm in the comments. And know that you're not alone whatsoever. You're not alone. And I will tell you, and I'm always transparent with this is one of my biggest weaknesses. I don't do it as much in my health anymore. Like I feel like I've got my health routine into a pretty good set in concrete. This is my number one priority, is my own health, because I know if I don't, then I'm not good for you guys. I'm not good for my kids. I'm not good for my husband. I'm not good for anybody. And I used to preach it and didn't practice it. And anyway, long story short, so many times I do it in business. And I've shared, if you already know your word for 2026, drop it in the comments. I'd love to see. My word is focus, because again, I'm really good at starting things and creating things and doing things, but then, squirrel. I mean, we have squirrel brain, right? Things come up and I'm like, oh, but that could make this even better. And I get really distracted with too many things on my plate, when God has me here for a big purpose and a big mission. And my word this year is to stay incredibly focused. You know, like the blinders that you put on horses so that they just stay focused. That's me this year. I just want to expand and make this community and my coaching and what I do in person, clients, and in here my main focus this year. And that is it. Not trying to do 20 million different other things, because it overwhelms me and then I burn out and then I'm not showing up anywhere else, right? Some of you do that in your health and feel like you're restarting every single week or at least every single month, right? I love it. Stacy, thanks for sharing. Surrender. Oh, Kimberly, that's a good word for this year, girl. Total side note, how many of you guys are any of y'all in here doing the read the Bible in this year? I'm doing the Bible in 365 challenge with Erica Kirk and her team. Started today. I'm kind of nervous. I wasn't going to share it out loud because I've tried to start these things before and I don't ever follow through, and I really want to be different this year. Let's see, Stacy, consistency for me in work and personal growth. I love it. Persistent is my word. Magdalena, I love it. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so here's a couple of the mindset shifts to keep you from burning out, to keep you from overwhelming yourself. And some of y'all need to hear this every single day, every single week, and I talk about it a lot, is we've got to let go of the all or nothing personality. You guys know it. Some of y'all hear me talk about this on probably every single week, at least at some point, and these mindset trainings, but yet you're still doing it. You're still doing the all or nothing. Y'all aren't going to tell me how many times I get messages for some of you. And I'm like, I know I fell off the bandwagon, but I'm going to come back strong. I'm coming back this week and I'm going to go 5 days this week. And I threw all the things out of my pantry and I'm going all in with my macros. I'm going to hit my protein, my carbs, and my fats. I'm going to do all the things. And I always respond to you saying, what? No, slow your roll, girlfriend. Slow down and just do a little. Just do a little of that, okay? Give me 2, maybe 3 days working out to get back to the rhythm, okay? Or maybe just get 1 workout and 2 walks. Just something to create the consistency routine before you try to go back all in, right? Same thing with your nutrition. Ladies, if you are struggling with tracking your food, the worst thing in the world that you can do is go back to tracking and go back incredibly strict and try to focus on your calories, your proteins, your carbs, your fats, your fibers, your sugars, your sodiums, and what other numbers can we look at, right? There's so many numbers, and you guys know me, and if you don't know me yet because you're newer to the community, I'm a big advocate for focusing on super simple. Get your calories and your protein, hit those 2 numbers, and start there, and be really good about that, right? You don't need to go all in today to be all in for this year. You guys, again, this is the biggest mistake, and this is why so many people are restarting every week, every single month. It's because they go all in too fast. Again, this is something I do all the time in business. No matter how much I preach it, I still think, oh God, I'm going to do all that. However, I set up some really good freaking boundaries in the last probably 3, 4, 5 months in business spaces where like, nope, my answer to that is no. And I'm not explaining myself and I'm not going to apologize. The answer is just no, because I know me and I'm not going to let myself get distracted. Sustainable change that you guys want to be. You guys want to be different at the end of 2026 than you were this year, right? If the answer is yes, then put the word yes in the comments, right? We want to be different at the end of 2026 than we were at 2025, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be here. right? If you're completely happy, completely complacent, and even if you are happy with where you're at, you guys, we're always still a work in progress. This journey called health is not a 6-week journey. It's not even a 12-month journey. It is a journey that I am here for the long haul. I'm here for life. Sustainable change, something that you're going to be able to keep, really starts with showing up consistency with the smallest things first, not perfectly. You guys got to let go. There's all or nothing, and there's perfectionists. Some of y'all are still striving to be perfect in everything. If you don't check off every box, then you go into the cycle of beating yourself up and, oh my gosh, I'm horrible, I failed, right? How many of y'all get stuck in that cycle? Put the word cycle in the comments. Some of y'all get stuck in the cycle every week. And again, you guys, you cannot be perfect. God was the only person that ever existed that was perfect, okay? Or is perfect. And if you put that expectation on yourself, you are setting yourself up for a really big disappointment, and really big fat failure. We're all human, and none of us are perfect. So stop letting it go. You guys, macros, I think tracking macros brings out the perfection in some of us, okay? And you've got to let it go. Doing everything today on day one is how most women burn out and they stay stuck in the cycle. So stop it, okay? If you've already been consistently working out, walking, tracking your food, hitting your nutrition, like Kimberly, you're exactly one of those. You've consistently been doing all the things. And I think that's beautiful, right? So you don't necessarily need to start today walking only, right? Because you already have a rhythm and routine going. Some of you guys are just getting started. Take that pressure off yourself. You guys, one of the hardest lessons I've learned over my years in everything, in business, and just as a woman and a mom. How many of you guys still are doing everything yourself? Overwhelm comes from trying to please everyone and doing it all by yourself. Overwhelm, so many of us, I've spent 20, 30, 40, 50s of thousands of dollars over the last 6 years getting health coaches and business coaches and life mentors. I even coached with, some of y'all may know Brendan Burchard, not him personally, that would be phenomenal, but some of his high performance coaches. I mean, best investment I've ever made in my entire life. And was in me. Why? Because I was trying to please everybody, and I was overwhelming. Every time I speak to a mentor about why am I so overwhelmed, they're like, are you organized? Let me look at your calendar. Let me look at your day planner. Let me look at all the things. Some of you go and do every single day in reaction mode and overwhelmed because you're not slowing down enough to freaking lay out your day, lay out your week. My husband came in from the fire station this morning. He's like, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm cleaning off my desk, number one, because it was so incredibly cluttered. I was literally getting rid of spirals and notebooks and all the things that I don't need because I have a box right here and I'm putting them in. Why? Because I'm clean slate. I got to get organized and I got to get cleaned. I'm very organized in some areas, but you guys, some of y'all need to just slow down and get organized in your health. Get organized with your calendar. If some of y'all, I saw quite a few of y'all last week. I made a post in here. I said, what is your number one excuse you're going to get rid of in 2025 and not carried over into 2026? And a lot of y'all had actually posted that I don't have time. Okay. And I'm here to tell you some of the busiest people with 10 times more on their plate are doing so much more than some of y'all, and they're doing so much more than me. Why? Because they're organized, they're very intentional, and they slow down so they can speed up. And some of y'all have maybe have not heard me say that before. And what does that mean? It's something I learned from one of my business coaches over the years. He would always tell me, he's like, Angela, you got to slow down so you can speed up. I was like, what are you talking about? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. It means slow down. Stop performing. Stop doing all the things. Slow down and plan out your month. Plan out your year. Plan out your marketing strategies that you're going to do. Each week should have a reason and a purpose, right? And for you guys, obviously in your health, plan each week. What are your proteins that you're going to cook for the week? What are your lunches going to be for the week? Do some meal prepping. Those of y'all that are okay meal prepping, I highly recommend it. Some of y'all do just fine without meal prepping, but you plan. You know what you're going to eat. Why? Because you guys, if you are constantly coming under your calories or way over, you're not doing any planning. And we got to slow down a little bit and plan. Some of y'all are really good at pre-tracking. This is something that I love, and I love to encourage. Pre-tracking really takes a lot of stress out of your life. But you got to slow down enough to actually do it. I'm going to give a shout out to Shiloh in here. Shiloh's crushing it. She's doing amazing. She maintained all of her progress so far over these last 2 holiday weeks. What is she doing? She messaged me, was it Saturday, I think it was? And after her food log review I sent to her, and she's like, yep, I'm working. She works in the medical field. So she's working for that 4 days in a row. She goes, but don't worry, I already meal prepped and already tracked my food. Awesome. How else? I mean, she's doing phenomenal because that's what she's doing. I'm not saying that's going to work for everybody, right? I'm just giving examples. But overwhelm, the feeling of overwhelm usually comes from lack of planning, but it also comes from trying to please everybody. Who's a people pleaser in here? Put people pleaser in the comments. I feel like as soon as we become a mom, I feel like there's something injected in us that turns us into people pleasers and, caretakers, right? Well, obviously we're a caretaker the day we become a mom, right? We have a human being that we have to take care of, and we have to nourish, and we have to feed, and we have to love, and we have to do all the beautiful things. That is, to me, God's best gift in the entire world is being a mom. But at the same time, we put everybody else before us. When you put everyone else before us, or when you put everyone else before us, sorry, I'm lacking my words. I'm drinking my favorite protein shake. Your health becomes optimal. Your health becomes, well, I always call it on the back burner. Prioritizing yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. If some of y'all are dealing with guilt of like, oh my gosh, I'm going to spend some money on myself. How can I do that? Oh my gosh, you deserve it. You're worth it. This was a limiting belief I used to have for a really long time until I made my first big investment. Y'all, my first big investment was $12,000. That was a business coach. And I'm telling you, at the time in our lives, we had just come off paying mortgage on a credit card for three months in a row, because I let everything go business-wise because my health was at its worst. I couldn't keep up with it anymore. Everything was starting to fall apart. But I made my first investment, and I had to beg for them to let me break it up into payment plans. And we maxed out our very last credit card to invest in me. And I'm grateful that I had the best husband, and I have the best husband in the world that believed in me and even got on the call with me to talk to the coach that I was wanting to invest in. And sure enough, best decision we ever made. But that built belief in me that it was okay to invest in me, that it was okay to spend money on me. Why? Because when I do, I show up the best for everybody else. But I can't put everybody else before me. I've done that way too many times, and neither can you. You have to put yourself a priority. Prioritizing yourself is a non-negotiable. If you're not familiar with the term non-negotiable, I'm telling you, non-negotiable means the things that you pick out that are number one priority, that are a non-negotiable. Meaning if someone needs you to come do something for them, or work needs you to run overtime or whatever, if it takes you away from taking care of you, then the answer is no, because that is when it becomes truly a non-negotiable. Truly, if you want to stay steady and present for the people that you love the most and for everything that you're trying to achieve, guess what? You have to stop pleasing everybody first. I'm not saying you can't please people. I'm not saying you can't take care of people. 1000%. You can. However, you can't put their needs before you. Even our spouses, y'all. God loved them, but you know what? We love them better when we take care of us first. I've seen marriages saved. I've seen all kinds of things saved whenever the person, the woman, decided that you were worthy enough of attention and time for you, so much to the point that you come first. Because I'm going to tell you, people in your life love you. People in your life don't mean to overwhelm you or stress you out. A lot of times it's you wanting to please them so much when they could care less. They don't need all the fancy bells and the whistles. They just need happy, healthy mom, happy, healthy wife, happy, healthy grandma. That's what they want more than anything, and that's what they're going to remember. That if we were on our deathbed today, would you look back and ask yourself, how would you answer this question? If you were on your deathbed today and you looked back at your life, would you say, man, I was proud of myself. I prioritized myself. I showed up. I was present. I treated people with kindness. I lived my best life. I'm proud. Or would you say, I have a lot of regrets. I really didn't take good care of myself. I really wasn't as present of a mom and wife as I could have been if I really just said no to that and yes to me. Yes to me. Put in the comments, or just put the words yes to me in the comments. You've got to start saying yes to you. And I promise, nobody's going to leave you. Nobody's going to be mad at you. If anything, they're going to love you more because they get the version of you that they deserve, that you want them to see. So stop pleasing everyone else. And listen, I know it's easy for me to say, guys, stop it. Just stop it. Just turn off your switch. It doesn't happen that way. It takes practice. It takes consistency. It takes repetition. I love coaching y'all with macros and nutrition and your workouts, but honestly, this is the part that I love the most. This is the breakthrough, and this is the transformation that I love to see the most. You've got to start putting yourself first. In order to get to the new version of you by the end of the year, right? Don't put we obviously we're here to set goals, and we want to have a goal maybe to even hit by the end of January, right? It can be number based. It can be just the fact that you're consistently working out 3 times a week. That can be a goal by the end of January. I think it's important for you to have a realistic goals. Long-term goals, yes, but we've got to reverse engineer and break them down, and we got to make them small goals so that we can celebrate them while you hit them. But in order for this to happen, I want you to pick 1 or 2, but don't go more than 2. Just stop there for now. Non-negotiables that you can really hone in on for the month of January. Anchor those habits, okay? This can be your hydration. This can be your water goals. This can be your protein goals. This can be steps for some of y'all. Steps, or even just going for your walks. This can be your short workout. This can be all kinds of things. But I want you to think about this and share with us later, or if you already know your answer, put it in the comments. What is 1 or 2 at the most non-negotiables that you're going to focus on for the entire month of January? Okay? Maybe this, again, I'm going to repeat a few. Maybe this means hitting your water goal because you're not drinking your water. Your water is one of the most crucial things that you, for your nutrition. Your body cannot operate without water, y'all. You can't. It can maybe hit your protein goal if you're struggling hitting your protein. Walks, whatever it is. I want to see what y'all's are. Kimberly, walking, I love it. I love it, girlfriend. And especially in Texas, y'all went out and walked this morning at 5 a.m. It was fantastic. It was still a little chilly, but it's Texas. It's Texas chilly, which is nothing compared to some of y'all, like Gina in the snow the other day with your picture. Consistency beats intensity all the time. Even if you can only carve out 15 minutes to go for a workout, then do 15 minutes of a workout. Some of y'all that go to the gym, I know some of y'all, I'm so blessed that I get to work out locally with y'all. And some of y'all, I hear this a lot, especially if you have to go somewhere to work out. Like the gym, I'm not going to go because I don't have an hour to focus. Cool, who cares? Just set a routine and go walk for 15 minutes, even if that's all you do, and leave. Who cares? Nobody's judging you. Promise. Everybody in the gym is consistent, is insecure about their own self. They're not thinking about you. I promise. They're thinking about their own insecurities, and they think you're judging them. So just go get 15 minutes in something. Being different in 2026 for some of y'all is going to mean doing less, not more. Hard concept to grasp, isn't it? Like, we've been programmed for so long that we need to do more and we need to eat less. Guys, as we age, that does not work. As we age, some of y'all are in perimenopause, some of y'all are straight up menopause, some of y'all are past that. We're all in different walks of life, different stages. But slow means, yes, doing less, and it's going to feel really weird. For some of y'all, it's going to feel weird. Some of y'all, I have to do less? That doesn't make sense. I thought I'm supposed to be at the gym 7 days a week. No, you're absolutely not. Muscles are built in the rest. Your cup is refilled when you rest. God created in the 6 days, and on the 7th day did what? He rested. The same goes for us. We need to rest, whatever that rest day is for you. Now, you can still go for a walk on those days, or just start straight up full-blown rest. We didn't get out of the house yesterday. My daughter wasn't feeling that great. She's prone to headaches. Pretty sure she was dehydrated due to lack of water, headache and nausea all day yesterday, to the point where she missed her volleyball practice. So it was just a day of resting and relaxing and hanging out with kids. That was it. But listen, being different in 2026 for some of y'all is going to mean doing less. I'm not saying forever, but just to at least get you started and back on a routine. Stop restarting. Stop having to slow down because I'm so burnt out and exhausted. Build trust with yourself that doing a little bit is better than nothing, and it's okay. And layer those habits instead of piling all things at once. You guys, again, this is the strategy that we use in here. And this is why we do a little things. Once we're consistent at them, okay, now it's time to add more, time to add more, time to add more. If we put it all on our plate at one time, you're going to look at it and be paralyzed and not do a dang thing. Progress is going to come from you staying in the game, even when life is full. And I'm telling you, again, one of my other favorite things in the world for me to see transformation-wise for y'all is simply seeing that it's okay to pivot and slow down a little bit. Y'all know my favorite saying in here, and if you don't yet because you're new, I pivot, not pause, okay? And what does that mean? When life happens and stress is higher, or appointments or like out the wazoo, whatever you've got going on, we learn to pivot. We never stop. We never pause. We never just, okay, I'm going to put my health over here on pause again because so-and-so needs me. No, so-and-so can wait. Or maybe it's something traumatic. Maybe it's something like there is no waiting. Like you've got to run and you've got to do the things right now. Literally, just had an amazing client recently that literally was getting ready to gung-ho, and then boom, life hit her. A devastating diagnosis hit her, which means, okay, yeah, we had to pause working out as she's getting her health back. But you guys, that could happen to any of us at any moment, any freaking time. But when we learn that it's okay to do a little bit less, maybe I'm just tracking my steps while so-and-so's in the hospital and I'm pacing. You guys, I want to give Martha a shout out in here. Her husband was in the hospital and she was showing up in here. She goes, okay, here's my snacks. I'm still showing up for me, giving myself a high five in the mirror. Maybe I'm not getting workouts in. Maybe I'm not going for dedicated walks. Maybe I'm not doing all the things, but I'm still doing at least this so that I still matter while husband's in the hospital and I'm taking care of him, right? That's what I mean by pivot and not pause. We don't fall behind when we slow down. We fall behind when you quit. We fall behind when you completely stop. And we're not here to stop. We're here to pivot. We're here to keep going, and we can do it. Keep moving forward, you guys, even if it's only at 20, 30%. It's always better than zero. We're not here to go back down to 0%. Don't ever stop again. And here's the last thing that I will say, and I love to share this all the time as much as I can. If you guys watch the membership videos as well, I said the same exact thing at the end of every single video. We're not here to judge you. You're never going to be judged in this group. I've never, out of the 6 years, this year would be, March will be 6-year anniversary since I launched fully online coaching and stopped in person for a while. And I've never in 6 years had to kick anybody out of this group. And I'll say it. And I say it for your own protection, because if someone was ever judging you or bullying, they would be booted so freaking fast that they wouldn't even see it coming. But that's never happens, because that's not the type of women that we gravitate to in here. And I say that out loud because you're not alone. You're never going to be judged. Share out loud. If you guys have questions, I can't answer them unless you ask them, right? Any moment, any time. I'm in this group every day checking on questions, and especially if I'm tagged in anything. If you've got questions, you guys make a post in this group and ask your questions. Don't sit in silence suffering thinking, oh God, somebody's going to judge me because of that question. No, they're not. If anything, they're going to help answer it. But sometimes some of the ladies in here answer it quicker than I do, because they've been there and they're saying they have the same question at one point in time. So you're not alone, you guys. Progress is staying in the game even when life is full, even when life is at its worst. Some of y'all, Audrey, you're one of the biggest warriors in here with so much that not everybody knows your entire journey, and I know you've shared with me all that you have, and this is why you got the shirt that says I'm a Fit Mama Warrior, because you're a freaking warrior. You've been hit in the face, punch after punch, punch after punch after punch after punch after punch, and girl, you've pivoted, but you've never stopped and you never paused, and you still have the biggest heart loving on other people. And that's what I mean. That's what we are here to do. All right, so okay, I'm going to stop there. Magdalena, I think I struggle more with protein and water because I'm always moving. Okay, there's your non-negotiable then, Magdalena. Water and protein, water and protein. Gina, I love your non-negotiable straight up family time. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. And that is so incredibly important for us to remember. We can't just be obsessive to the point where it's work or it's my health and nothing else. Like, that's not going to work either. You got to have a little bit of balance, and family time as a non-negotiable is huge. Ooh, I see a lot of y'all saying water and protein, water and protein. Rachel, water and doing something active. Protein and steps. Christy, yes. Water and walking. Hitting my water goal. Walking. Love it. All right. All right, so we'll wrap up there, you guys. Happy Monday. Y'all have an amazing, amazing day. I'm always here if you need anything extra. I saw some of y'all comment Voxer. I will message you guys with the, you just have to download the Voxer app for free. I'll actually tag you. There's a post in here that I made with the actual link that goes directly to our community that's on Voxer. All right, so y'all have an amazing day. I'll chat soon. Let's make 2026. Let's not just say it and be cliche because it's the new year. Like, let this be the year of you having the breakthrough, and we'll still be going by the end of 2026. All right, love y'all. Have an amazing day. Bye.